Hey, this is John, and this is also John.
Hey,
And this is Let's Play Book Club, where we play a game, Dark Souls, and talk about a book, which is... What is it,
the Prince
John?
of Thorns. It's
Prince of Thorns,
It's
of
been
course.
a minute.
How can I forget? Yeah, it has been a minute, hasn't it? We have one fan that that left a comment that wanted to see more, and it was like, well, why not?
So we're back, one night only, for that one guy.
For that one guy. So what have you been up to,
No,
John?
yeah, we took some time off. I bought a house. I am now a homeowner.
Congratulations.
I am
How-
very in debt.
How in adult? Yeah, I don't know. You're not in debt as some people could be. with buying a
No,
house.
that's true. So I moved to the very edge of a major metropolis. Well, for the area, I guess I should quantify that.
Metropolis.
Yeah, but it's like I can see the sign saying like "Welcome to Indianapolis" at the edge. Like I can see it from my house. Like I'm right where it changes over to like state route whatever instead of like numbered streets. So I'm like as far out as you can kind of get and still be in the city. It's not a great area, but
It's not.
It's not like suburban
not
nice
that-
stuff. There's like fancy restaurants. And
like how the whole thing was capped with, it's not that great.
it's not like fancy restaurants and Costco around the corner. It's like subsidized housing kind of thing around.
Yikes. Okay.
But I mean, our house is nice. And our neighborhood is nice, and I can.
That's good.
I don't know. It's not that bad.
No, I'm excited. That's great. I'm excited for you. That's a great new chapter in your life,
Thank
I
you.
guess. Yeah.
Thank you. It feels good. It feels good to have your own like piece of the pie, I guess.
Also, I think I should say that we're trying something new, right? We're now watching the gameplay.
Yeah, I see that skeleton right there.
I did some like fancy editing there. I've been practicing my editing. So, yeah. So we're watching before we would record, and then we would then I'd play the game and record it, and we'd set up the recording to the game, and we weren't really talking about the game,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess now in this case, we can discuss what's going on in the game. We know we can see, but at the same time, that's adding the extra pressure of doing everything basically live while we watch it. So in this portion, I was going down to Blighttown. Remember last time we were talking about Blighttown and how I didn't want to do it. And so I'm going in the back way to Blighttown. And I realized that in Blighttown you can get like a disease. Oh no, now this is happening. Oh, it's going too fast, John.
Oh no.
This is okay. So I didn't go down to Blighttown. I'll explain that in a second. But this is Petrus, who is like the faith cleric character of the game.
Yeah.
But he's kind of a smarmy dude, and you just saw it. He just would take a bribe to give more information to what's going on in the game, to let you know what's going on. He asked you for a bribe, so that kind of shows his personality. He's kind of a jerk. In the background there is Rhea and her two little bodyguards. They're both clerics. They're all clerics, all three of them. Rhea is the
Princess. Yeah.
yeah, I think she's a princess or she's a priestess or something. She's important. She's important. That's why she has those little bodyguards. I'm just buying some stuff from Petrus there. But spoiler alert, Petrus is a dirtbag, and he'll kill Rhea if you don't stop him, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is one of the worst character models. Not you, but like this cleric, sort of like bulky.
The woman or those guys?
No, these guys.
These guys, they got like a Eastern flair to them, don't they? They look like
They got a
samurai.
They got like an MC Hammer Pants kind of flair going on. I think. Like if MC Hammer wore armor. I don't know, they got like a Marshmallow Man kind of look, I guess maybe is.
Yeah,
I don't know,
they do.
But
they do. Oh, and this is okay. So this is
that guy looks cool. Though.
Yeah, this is Lautrec. Lautrec is also kind of a smarmy dude. I released him from some prison. He was in prison before we fought the gargoyles.
Okay.
2 episodes ago. But he's got kind of like I don't know. He's dangerous. You can just sense he's dangerous. He's like that that thing, like he's not like a good guy. And his whole thing is that he ends up killing the when you play through, and hopefully we'll get to it, but he ends up killing the Firelink shrine woman. There's every bonfire has a woman, and I'm saying a woman because they're all women. There's no male. I don't know what you call them, fire guards or something. That tends to the flame. That's her right there.
The major one, not like the campfires.
Yeah, like the big one. There's like 3, I think, total. But he kills her, so he's gonna kill her.
Ooh.
That's what happens. Lautrec is gonna kill. I forget her name. The girl. This is going terribly.
Nah.
Keeper. That's what they're called. They're called the keepers.
Oh, okay.
He kills the keeper, and that's that.
Hey, you can tell a guy is evil just by how he laughs in subtitles. I feel like you're right there.
I think that's
telling.
They laid it on thick. So now I'm going back down to Blighttown after having a little segue because I didn't want to go down to Blighttown until I got the proper mosses that would keep me from getting poisoned, basically.
Gotta get that moss.
That's now we're set up. So now basically all that's going to happen is I'm going to fight one character named I can't remember her name. It's not important.
Not important.
Well, you'll see her. She's like a fat naked lady. We'll see her. And then I'm gonna fight the spider lady, the Quelaag.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, and that takes about a good 10 minutes. So I feel like here we go. All right.
Here we
So
go.
what happened in the book?
So, Prince of Thorns. We're looking at chapters 19 through 24, and it runs from George waking up from the scary bad dreams that the Dream Witch had put him on, trying to get him to jump out the window, to beginning with him looking for some breakfast. He wakes up in the castle and goes down to the kitchens. That's where you meet what we're guessing is like the love interest for the book.
Okay, yeah. I had when I first saw, or I guess read her, Catherine, right?
Yes,
That's who
Catherine.
we're talking about. I was like George. I pictured she was, I don't want to say the daughter, but like somehow related to the new queen. That was like, but was like, I want to say her daughter.
Oh,
like
you
the daughter?
okay?
Of the
Okay,
new queen.
you guessed it.
That
but
was
you
my
thought it
first
gonna be
assumption.
A weirder sort of relationship than what we end up seeing.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was like the new child of the family.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we got this sort of something that ends up you thinking is going to be some weird sort of incestuous, lovey kind of dealies that are going on.
No, I don't say incestuous. No, I didn't think that they were going to be I don't know. Okay, yeah.
But so we have a little bit of like banter that goes back and forth where she acts like she doesn't know who he is and he doesn't know who she is, but you know that both of them are thinking. I don't know, but there's at least.
He literally doesn't know who she is.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know who she is.
He thinks that, but he also thinks that she's the daughter of the new queen, doesn't he?
No,
he says
he's
that.
daughter of like a visiting noble or a really rich merchant, because he talks about her diamond necklace.
Right.
She is redheaded. She has green eyes. She is later introduced though as being the sister of his father's new wife. So she is his aunt. And he gets the hots for her.
Yeah, he does.
But so they have a breakfast in the kitchen, and I thought it was kind of interesting. He talks about I like the internal dialogue that happens in this section of the book, because George talks about like that, how we were sort of getting at the whole like, I think I'm a sociopath kind of a deal, where he says like, I didn't miss this cook at all, but he talks like he outwardly.
Oh yeah. What's the cook's name? Start with a D, right?
Yeah, Dane maybe.
Don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Man-Eater
Mildred. That's her name. That's the naked fat chick.
Yeah.
She's not fat.
She'll help you in the next fight. That's right.
She's pear shaped.
Ooh, pear-shaped.
Pear shaped Man-Eater Mildred.
All right.
All right. Continuing on.
But yeah, so he has breakfast. Well, oh yeah, he talks about like not actually missing the cook, and then telling the cook like, oh, like had thought about these pies all the time, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, showing a little bit more.
Well, he
of
said
George's
something
character.
like, when he saw Catherine, it made him want to be nice to this guy.
Yes. So
Yeah.
well, yeah. Putting on
Catherine made him want to be a good man.
more of that sort of redemption kind of a deal, which so from here though, Macon comes and finds him, takes him up to the throne room. We get to meet George's. I think this is the first time we've actually seen George's father, other than just being talked about.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot like George, except for he's got like a gray streaked beard, and he's got like piercing blue eyes.
Blue eyes, yeah.
And George is completely ignored once they get up into the throne room. It's all about Macon. The king is like, I figure it would take a couple days at most to bring an errant boy back to the castle. It's taken you 4 years. What's up with this, basically? And he's
what's up with that, Macon?
Yeah, and the king makes Macon fight a duel with Sir Galen, who is a Teuton. So he's a German of some sort.
He's also Catherine's bodyguard. Is that right?
And maybe lover. It's not really expressly stated.
But George has some jealousy issues there.
Oh yeah,
too.
he don't like him immediately.
He don't like him.
Neither does Macon though.
Yeah, well, of course.
There's a lot of mutual dislike going on all over the place. They fight, and it is apparent that Macon is going to lose this battle because the
king says you should fight Galen if you want your position back, and Macon's like, I don't really want my position back, and the dad's like, you're gonna fight Galen, and so they fight. Yeah, and then we get to the.
I did like though that this sort of portrayed Macon as tactful. I mean, he's not just a good swordsman. I mean, he's got a head on his big beefy shoulders. There's a brain behind those sinuous lips. He mentions it again in this chapter or the next one. He mentions that he's got thick, sinuous lips.
How gross those guys are, John.
I don't. Oh. Yeah, just this whole section of the game.
Yeah, Blighttown's my least favorite, and I tried. So I summoned Maneater Mildred to help me with this fight, and it did not go well.
Oh no!
I ended up, it was the worst mistake to summon her. I summoned her twice, and like I said earlier, it makes the boss more difficult.
Oh yeah,
it just gives them more health basically, and yeah, it was just a bad idea to summon her. I ended up beating Quelaag, the Spider Lady, by myself because it was just easier that way. But anyway, so we got Macon fighting Galen.
Macon fights Galen. He is losing. This time, at the same time though, George has been taken aside up by the throne. He's sort of hypnotized by Sagius and held there.
Sagius is the tattooed dream guy, right?
The dream witch. There is a giant glass tree for some reason that isn't exactly explained. Maybe they'll get into that more later. But look at them boobies.
Look at them boobies, though.
now with dialogue.
It's getting real up in here.
So a giant glass tree that is, I don't know if this. I think it's somehow tied to Sagius, but I'm not really sure what's going on with it. George is standing beside it, and sort of to break the spell that's going on, George tips it over. It shatters. I mean, glass goes everywhere, cutting people in the crowd, and stopping the duel. Basically, that Macon was he'd gotten cut. He was about to lose the duel, and George challenges the Teuton, Sir Galen, to a fight, and his father refuses. And then something that seemed a little bit of, I don't know. Do you think this was Deus Ex Machina? Because he was kind of like, but I just became a man. You deny me my man's right first wish kind of thing that I have, of course.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
Not
But yeah,
mentioned at all.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's a little contrived. Yeah.
I don't know. I
But wait, there's this thing that exists
that allows me to do that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that could have been skipped. But I mean, it's fine.
That was a little unnecessary.
Instead of fighting him, though, George runs away. He runs to the side. They did though set this up at least, that there are guards ringed throughout the giant throne room of the castle, and you have guys on the walls with crossbows, and he makes a beeline to a dude with a crossbow, knocks the dude out, grabs his crossbow, turns on Sir Galen right before the guy catches him, and shoots him in the face.
Shoots Sir Galen in the face.
Yeah, and he's dead. And that's and George says this is the first time he had ever heard his father laugh. So his dad breaks out in laughter. What'd you think about this whole section? Because I really liked it. I felt that was really satisfying.
Yeah, the book's getting good. Did he break the tree yet? Did I just?
Yes, he broke the tree. Sorry.
Yeah, he throws the tree. Yeah, and that's I think you mentioned that. Sorry.
Yeah, so it starts the fight.
Yeah, it's what gets everyone's attention. It's what stops the fight. It's him breaking the tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I really, I liked that a lot. I thought there was a running thing too. Like, was he running to get the crossbow?
Yes.
Is that? Yeah. Just the whole action sequence was pretty good. It was
I felt like it was pretty solid as far as that goes. So that's
and then I didn't like Sir Galen anyway. I was also jealous.
I feel like he did the author has done a pretty good job of. That was a character that was just introduced to be killed, but you get a feel there by the end of the chapter that it was sort of worthwhile because it exposes how George is. One, because when everybody's filing out of the room, he has a sort of like a wordless sort of conversation with Catherine, where Catherine sort of sees him as who he is, and he does a little mocking bow. That
she's a little disappointed,
yeah, and horrified, which rightly so. He's he's George, but from there we then move to the whorehouse where he's back with all of his brothers because his father has said instead of anything else he just tells him I want Geleth.
Geleth. Yeah, that's how it ends. He says, the dad says,
bring me Geleth, and it's sort of like as their I guess sort of agreement that they've come to is that George is going to take this other like rival nation that's nearby, and I guess things will be peachy after that. Which
it's a suicide, isn't
exactly.
it? Yeah.
It's like a suicide mission because he gives him the Forest Watch, which I don't know how many men that is, but it's not 10,000, which is what Macon ends up saying you'll need to and years to take this place. That is
what is it? The Red Tower? Is that?
The Red Keep, I think is what it's called.
The Red Keep. That's what it's called.
So it would take a huge. Oh, you did. You got really close though.
Yeah, that was a frustrating one. That's when I stopped playing for a little bit. I was like, oh, this game.
I feel like this whole game seems like it's like just a. It's like a. Oh God, I'm stuck.
when you're on the spot, it's hard, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like a where you have to be
like
do exactly the right thing.
Yeah, it definitely punishes
that,
you. Yeah, it's punishing. It's so punishing. If you make one little mistake. Yeah. So they're at the brothel. And
they are.
The redheaded hooker comes by and George likes her. Macon says that fight the Red Keep is suicide. He's been there before, and what I thought was kind of interesting, Macon mentioned something about like the throne room is better than your dad's.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of strange.
Yeah, and George is like completely like he couldn't care less, but he's just like, how many men will it take? He's like, it'll take at least 10,000. They're only getting like maybe 1,000 at most to take this thing.
Yeah, and
Macon's basically saying it's suicide. You're gonna die. And then they find what was the hooker's name? The whore's name?
Her name is Sally, which
Sally.
I don't know. This probably wasn't like really apparent, but he says that her hair is I don't think it's a real word, but he says hinna'd kind of. And in South Asia, henna isn't just like the tattoos and stuff that you look like on like Indian brides and stuff. It's just a dye. So whenever something is dyed red.
She has red. Yeah.
So she has red hair, but it's been dyed red, that color.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Something that's like what do you call those guys? Imams. Like they'll dye their beards with henna, and it'll be a really bright, ridiculous red.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, learning, knowledge,
school.
So so we've got the whore. This is another one of the reasons this novel caught a little bit of flack, because this is really unnecessary.
What? The next chapter?
No, I mean like the way that they treat women in the book.
Oh,
it's just,
yeah.
You could have had this conversation anywhere at any point. Like they could have been on their horses and riding to Geleth. I mean, it didn't have to be that they sort of like tossed this chick around like she didn't matter and that she was just somebody to have sex with, which is what they do. He didn't have sex with her, which, I mean, at least it's not like rape full on like happening right then. But
at least it's not that. Yeah.
I mean, but he talks about that and goes on to like, it's nice that she's willing for once. I mean, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's kind of fucked up. I mean, it's a little fucked up.
All right, dropping F-bombs left and right.
But it's
no.
I don't know if this. I mean, because like at the beginning, the book is like, yeah, he's adding to the fact that like these are bad dudes. But now, like in this situation, though, I don't know if this added. I don't know if I can justify it in that means.
It was superfluous.
Superfluous. Yeah. Oh God, we're out of time.
We're so out of time, but that's okay. I just want. Well, we got another minute left.
Okay. Yeah. So to wrap up, George has got a book, and in that book, he stole it from the library, and it is full of builder speak, which he's really good at, of course. And it includes a bunch of words and it's about the Red Keep. It talks about neurotoxins and plastique and
top secret.
Top secret. I mean,
it's from normal world.
Oh yeah, I mean it's yeah, exactly.
So that's where we'll leave it off. He's reading the book. It's from a normal world. It's obvious that this is a world that is post-apocalyptia.
Beep beep boop. It is the future.
It is the beep beep boop. The people. This is a society that we are making Fallout for. Blah 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 blah.
Straight up.
So yeah, join with us next week. That one guy that commented.
Yeah. And we'll fight this guy, whoever he is.
Yeah, we just rang the bell of awakening, and we're opening up.
We're not gonna fight him.
Sen's Fortress. No, yeah, we're not fighting. And this is the opening of Sen's Fortress, and next week we'll be doing Sen's Fortress. Please join us, like, comment, subscribe, because that's what everyone says on YouTube.
They do.
And yeah, have a good week.